Well, 30 minutes to the top of the hour. We've coming to the last segment of the show. Of course, still driving your business on your daily Kickstarter. Smart means business. And of course, the markets on the Zabu platform have already opened. 8:15, where they opened. Star292 hashes the USSD code, definitely to get you all those different options. You can choose to buy government bonds or securities for as little as 15,000 you get shillings, but you can even invest more than that. But that's just the minimum requirement for you in there. The market's opening. That is Monday to Friday when the markets are open, 3:15 till 4:15 p.m. Monday to Friday, except from the public holidays and the weekends when you can access the markets. But of course, you have the rest of the days to be in position to capitalize these markets. And they could be very key when it comes to acting as a backup, just in case your weekly trade transactions didn't go as you had really anticipated. Zabu is here, just made it a reality for you. There is no more excuse as to why you shouldn't own these government bonds and securities. Zabu, my money, my future. All text is Africa. Do something new. Did you know that 4% of Uganda's gross domestic product comes from remittances? That's from Ugandans abroad. And well, the topic of discussion is diaspora banking at this very time. Well, I'm joined with Rana Hawe to take us through what is this really about. In case you watched yesterday's bulletin, Business Today, there was more of this, but of course we're breaking down this further. Very good morning, Rana. Welcome to SMB.
Thank you very much, Andrew, and good morning to you.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, so diaspora banking.
Diaspora
it's
banking.
Very interesting.
I know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, word.
Very, yes.
But what it means is that most African countries now are looking at utilizing diaspora banking in a way of increasing their local investment.
Investments, yes.
That is by using Ugandans or their citizens that work abroad to be able to invest back home through remittances.
Okay, yes.
Now, you already know, like you mentioned, like rightly mentioned, 4% of the national GDP is attributed to remittances from Ugandans.
Yes,
and also the World Bank, according to a World Bank's report, in 2020, the remittances from Ugandans were attributed to 1.6 billion US dollars.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
yes, that's
an increase from 1.1 billion dollars in 2015. Quite an increase.
Yeah,
so yesterday I was with Housing Finance Bank and the Uganda North American Association.
Okay.
Of course, they said a partnership, and this is something new that I had to look into as a reporter. And in regards to diaspora banking, I believe that there is more investment that is going to be coming in, especially from the members of the UNA, that is the Uganda National, the Uganda North American Association.
Yeah. So that money, they bring it back in here and it's used for local investments.
Yes, if there is money that is remitted back home, of course that is money that is in the economy. It's like how they can release, how the Ministry of Finance can release a budget into the economy on two roads. That is money circulation. So of course, if people bank through Housing Finance Bank and they increase
the remittances,
the
circulation.
Because Housing Finance Bank is one of those hard-earned banks that manage inflows.
Yes.
And they're also promising them financial instruments like investing in bonds, securities. And many other things. And you know what Housing Finance Bank does?
Very true.
They provide solutions in home ownership. So any Ugandan that would like, to build back home, this is one of those avenues you could use. But our focus mainly should really be about diaspora banking.
Diaspora banking.
Ghana is the only African country that has embraced diaspora banking, and its GDP.
How is it working out for them?
Yeah, and its revenue has been on a strong trajectory.
Okay, yes,
Very, very high because of diaspora banking, and they have looked at it as a way of increasing their revenue through local investment beyond even banking, investing back home in industrialization,
bonds, stocks,
everything,
you can buy company stocks.
Because these people really have the money, so you just have to utilize them. And this reminds me, I think I saw a meeting where His Excellency were meeting with Ugandans that are working abroad in the UK.
Yeah, in the US.
Yes.
I remember.
Pitching them on strides on how they can increase the economic
investing back home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So diaspora banking and investing back home and local investment through people that are living abroad is a better way of increasing any African country, because in African countries they are embracing it. And like I've given you an example of Ghana.
Ghana.
It has really worked for them. Much of its revenue has been attributed to that. So we are hoping, because other banks are also into this. I've seen Equity have something to do with it as well. But Housing Finance Bank
is the pioneer.
Not a pioneer, but it is one of those banks that I first interacted with in regards to this. And I hope that I'm able to get more information in regards to diaspora banking. But for Housing Finance Bank and Equity Bank and any other banks that are moving forward diaspora banking, making these Ugandans that are living abroad be able to invest back home. I think it is really paramount, and it's a deliberate action that provides solutions to increasing,
circulation of money in the economy.
Because that's the most important thing. If money is circulating in the economy, then there is stability, and inflation is able to be controlled.
And actually, it can also help us to limit on our borrowing, excessive borrowing, because the money running the economy is coming in from diaspora, running the economy. That's quite very profitable.
True. And I think it should even go beyond banks and other financial institutions. The private sector should also embrace it as well. I mean, they're always looking for partners, and they're looking for GIZ, they're looking for China, they're going to the UK, they're going to United Nations, they're going to World Bank for all this funding. But I believe people in the diaspora, Uganda is the diaspora, might have the capacity, if not some bit of capacity to invest back home in whatever areas they need, in whatever avenues they could afford.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rona. That's a very interesting insight, and I believe we should adapt this this to the maximum and share the portion Ghana is taking in the African market.
Truly.
So that is diaspora banking in for you right there, and of course all the Ugandans that are working in abroad are definitely watching on Smart 24 TV Live. That's quite very efficient. Embrace more of the diaspora banking. You just have no idea what you will do to this economy 5 years from now. Probably when I get there, I would really embrace that. Very interesting insight. Well, a few minutes to the top of the hour. That's 10 a.m. And of course, coming into the end of the show, and we're heading into our on-ground discussion. And we are relying this time around on matters regarding that is the digital infrastructure, getting to see Uganda's digital upgrade, how far, and what is the impact these can really do to the country's economy. But of course, the youth out there, they are looking for jobs. There is an opportunity here. Let's get into this discussion.
The government of Uganda under the Ministry of ICT has placed digitization at the heart of its national development journey in order to develop and inform all the digital transformation projects and programs that we have. Of course, as a ministry, we are not doing it on our own. We are doing it with the whole of government because it is a support function that we do, but we also have to partner with development partners, with the private sector, with academia, and so many others in order to remain relevant and create the impact that we want to see. So I would like to just speak out to the two objectives of this event. Like I said, I'm going to keep it really short, and today I have the time. I am going to stay in here for this workshop until we close it. So that is how I'm really passionate about this roadmap. So the first objective is that we want to create awareness of a digital transformation roadmap for the government of Uganda. One might wonder, we have the Vision 2020, we have the National Development Plan. What is this about? This is about the journey we are going to walk, the structured journey we are going to walk towards realizing our Vision 2040. And the structured manner in which we are going to walk to be able to realize our national development plan when it comes to the digital transformation program.
And we have a suite of programs that we are implementing. One of them is the Digitalization, Innovation, and Smart Cities program. And we have others, of course, that are looking at inclusive growth, nature, climate, resilience. We are looking at issues to do with the youth and governance. But we've specifically, during this cycle that is running over the next 3 or so years, we've focused on digitalization as well. So within the framework of our Digitalization, Innovation, and Smart Cities program, and I must thank you, PS, because you're very instrumental in the design of that program when you supported us before you assumed this wonderful job, but also a big challenge. So within the framework of our program, we are looking basically at the enabling environment, and through that work, we provided support to the Ministry of ICT towards the design of the digital transformation roadmap and other associated strategies on issues like big data utilization, issues to do with skills and how we could accelerate digital skilling. We're also looking at the e-commerce space and the opportunities therein. We're also working on platforms that could help us also push the digital economy, especially in the productive sectors of trade, tourism, but also looking at nature and how we can capitalize on tech to improve how we manage our natural resources. We're also trying to intervene in the university ecosystems and see if we can foster and promote innovation, even beyond tech, but broadly in the innovation space. Those are the elements that we are working on, but specifically in the context of the digital transformation roadmap, I think we have a very big opportunity to accelerate the digital revolution in this country and deepen the penetration in terms of devices, internet services, issues to do with last mile internet connectivity, and so forth. So we are very happy that the AU-EU D4D Hub is funding this whole process to facilitate a conversation around how we move to implementing the roadmap. It's not common for us to have conversations on implementation during design. So this becomes very important in that respect. And we are hoping that through the discussions we are going to have today, we can deepen our understanding on where the priorities are for the digital transformation, but also identify the comparative advantages each one of us has that we could bring into the play in terms of implementing this roadmap. I think government's transformation agenda on digitalization is quite clear in terms of seeking to pursue transformation of service delivery, but also trying to improve Uganda's global competitiveness in the digital context, looking at also how we can push digital and data-driven economy, as well as achieving digital inclusion and empowerment as we boost ICT-enabled businesses and investment. The pillars that have been identified, I think, are very important, looking at issues of infrastructure, connectivity, services, skills, security, but more importantly, innovation and entrepreneurship are crucial, and I think they will give us mileage on the important goals, I think, that were articulated in the Digital Transformation Program Implementation Action Plan of NDP3, that is looking at giving us 300,000 jobs from the ICT ecosystem. We can capitalize on that, but what do we need to do in terms of the skills we need to move in that direction? So this program is going to be very instrumental in helping us determine where the priorities are and how we work together to implement them. But I think we need to focus a lot on what does it mean for us to be successful. Yes, coordination, which is a question of collaboration and partnerships, but efficiency is also going to be very, very important in addition to dealing with the issue of resource mobilization.
Matters regarding digital transformation structure, and we had that is Dr. Amina Zawede, that is Permanent Secretary to the Ministry of ICT, and Innocent Ejolu, that is the resident representative of the Ministry of ICT. So regarding all that, so quite very interesting, and we see the possible benefits this can come with when it comes to employment, most especially to the young youth that don't have jobs. And digital transformation, quite lots of activities in the economy will be made a little bit much more easy when it comes to transaction. And in here we talk about devices, how devices communicate with each other. There is what we call the Internet of Things. All this put all together, very key into the digital structure. and some of the issues that will be covered, most especially when it comes to cyber-related crimes. This will also be one of the ways that the digital economy can triumph to its maximum. Of course, we have quite lots of issues, cases which are related to fraud, and that's why it's necessary that we embrace all this. And also, the rate at which the service delivery should really take place. It should also be something to be taken into quite great considerations. And we see that the initiative will be key in offering youth employment, and of course, government turning the ultimate focus on national digital upgrade. Yes, the national digital upgrade all the way in through. It's that new era. It's the digital age, like they always say. That's why it's quite very necessary. Well, it's exactly 14 minutes to the top of the hour. And of course, we've come to the end of the show, SMB this morning, on the 20th of April. Very good thanks from where we all started from. But of course, before we get there, don't forget the markets on the Zabo platforms have already opened. What are you waiting for? Go and buy the stock. Star 292 hash is the USSD code that will enable you to be able to buy these government bonds and securities for as little as 15,000. But you can invest more, but that's just the minimum requirement that is needed for you to purchase these stocks. The market's opening 8:15 and closing at 3:15 p.m. East African time, Monday to Friday, except on the public holidays and the weekends when these markets are not in operation. But of course, the rest of the days, you will be able to buy these government bonds and execute efficiently. This will be a key backup, just in case your weekly trade transactions didn't go as efficient as you expected. No more hassle, no more excuse for not owning stocks. Zabu, my money, my future. All Texas, East Africa. Do something new. Well, channel 394 on Go TV and channel 372, that is on the DSTV, as you'll be able to catch us at whatever part of the region, the East African region, that you will be at. And on our social media handles at Smart24 TV, that's on Twitter, Smart24 TV official, that's on Facebook, and Smart24 TV Live, that's on YouTube. And this time around, you are able to get us at whatever part of the country, whatever part of the globe. You could be in the United States of America, you can still get us live in there, Smart24 TV Live. That's on YouTube as we deliver the appropriate information, business-related information, both local and international, very vital for decision making. Well, coming up is Financial Markets with Anthony Sebali, and of course you'll be interested to find out what is really happening in there. Who are the gainers? Who are the losers? Make the right decision by watching Financial Markets. But of course, you still stay tuned on Smart24 TV for more informative programming and educative at the same time, because above all, very impactful to your personal growth and life. And as a young entrepreneur, as a young aspiring business person, this is the right spot for you to be at, and you get the relevant information. Take care. Till tomorrow. Good morning.